What up, YouTube fam? That was awful. Before I go on, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Hit the like button if you like the video. But hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you know when I drop a video. Because whether you like it or not, you can still watch it. Put a thumbs down on it. I don't care. My power just went out. It is really, really cold outside. Like, really stupid cold outside right now. Like, 13 below zero. Wind blowing like it's... like, I honestly, I don't think I've ever seen the wind blow this hard in the winter. Like, it feels like... It feels like a thunderstorm in the middle of the winter. It's insane. Like, it's practically a tornado out there. A tree fell on a overhead power line and took out power for like the entire southwest side of my city. Everything, power lights, businesses, entire neighborhoods. We were all out for like a little over an hour. After about 45 minutes, I started getting nervous because, I mean, I have a 3-year-old daughter. I have a cat and a dog. I have a 55-gallon fish tank with a bunch of fish in it, and I was starting to get scared. I thought, I'm in trouble here. So I packed up the little girl, the cat and the dog, put them in the car, and we drove around for about an hour. And I just kept checking Facebook because our public utilities commission has a Facebook page where they'll do updates in case something like this happens. And they said bit by bit we're getting it all turned on. We area by area, we're slowly getting it all turned on. Please be patient. I drove by the stoplights over by my house and they were on. But then I drove by a bunch of the houses and they were still off. So I came to my house and it was still off. And so I rode around a little bit longer. Finally got home about 20 minutes ago, and lo and behold, it's on. There's not a whole lot I can do about the fish. I can't pack up a 55-gallon fish tank in my car with me and drive it around with me. So if that was going to be part of what happened, then so be it. There's not a lot I can do about that. But I can save my dog, I can save my cat, and I can save my kid. Not in that order. I mean, obviously my kid's more important, but I love them all. So we're back here. Everything seems to be going well. I was gonna do a gaming video today, but I'm just, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it now. The anxiety of all that really drained it out of me, man. The anxiety of all that just drained me. I'm exhausted. I don't feel like doing it, but I do feel like chit-chatting. I do feel like talking. I know that not a lot of you guys really cared to hear what I had to say last time, but hell with it. I'll do it again. I don't care. I will be talking about Tom McDonald and Adam Calhoun's new CD that just dropped today. And if y'all are fans, if y'all are HOG fam, and you have not gone and ordered that album yet, then that's messed up. Get on it. It's 15 bucks. I mean, I'm sure you spent $15 on stupider shit way more often. Go get it, man. It's a one-time thing. Once they're gone, they're gone. You can get the digital copies. Go now. You can get the digital copies, but the digital copies have, like, I think it's 4 or 5 less songs, and the CDs that he is selling only on hangovergang.com. The CDs that he's selling on hangovergang.com, only on hangovergang.com, they have 5 extra songs on them. So, and apparently there's going to be a few that is going to be tossed in there. They're going to be like collector gold albums that are autographed or whatever. I'm not sure exactly. I watched a video. I heard him say it, but now that I'm trying to say it, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. I know they're special. I know there's going to be some special ones thrown in there. They're going to be randomly tossed out to people. That is really important, that if you're a Hangover Gang fan, if you're part of the HOG Army, you support this. You support these guys. You go out and buy that album. It's $15, man. It's $15. Just do it. If you ain't got $15, I get it. I've been there. I've been there way too many times. But if you do have $15 and you like listening to his music, support this man. Support these men. Support the brave. What else? What else? You know, I was thinking last night. Last night I was thinking about, because my daughter, she keeps getting older and older and older and older, and obviously she keeps getting older and older, but she keeps getting smarter and smarter and smarter as time goes on. And I mean, like, every now and again she'll drop a cuss word on me, and like, because I cuss, I swear all the time, and so she picks it up from me, and she'll swear every now and again. And I think it's adorable. I think it's hilarious. She's 3 years old. She ain't hurting nobody. One time she did tell her 6-year-old cousin to go fuck himself or something like that, which was not okay, because I wasn't there, and she did it in front of grandma. That came back on me. That bit me in the butt. But I thought it was hilarious, because she was like a year and a half or 2 years old when she did it. But I remember the very, 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 very first time I ever heard her cuss, and she did it on purpose. Like, usually when she would cuss and swear, usually when she'd drop a swear word, she would, it'd just be her copying me, her repeating what she heard. But this time mom took something from her. What was it? I can't remember what she took from her, but she took something from her, and she told her she couldn't have it, and she walked away, and she walked into her room, and before she got to the hallway, she was walking this way, she looked over at mom, and she went, fuck, and walked away, dude. And the look on her face, she knew what she was saying, and she knew why she was saying it, and so did both of us. And we both couldn't help but giggle a little. I mean, like, you can't get mad at her. She's 2 years old. She ain't gonna understand. But it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life, man. I wish there had been more people there to see it, because it blew my mind. Kids nowadays, man. Kids are funny, but kids are also a problem. And I swear the older they get, the bigger problem they become. I have a 15-year-old that's a parent's dream come true. I mean, he 3.7 or 3.5 GPA. Like, we get calls from the teacher about his behavior in class. Good calls about his behavior in class. But I mean, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna brag him up. But I mean, I got a smart kid, and I got another kid who is extremely intelligent, extremely, like, builds computers with me and edits software and builds software. And I mean, the kid, anything he wants to do, anything that he wants to do, all he has to do is watch a YouTube video, do it himself one time, and he's practically mastered it. It doesn't translate over into school very well, though. Teachers are coming to me saying, well, if he actually applies himself in class, he does better than any of the other kids. he finishes his projects before anybody else, and they're better than everybody else's. But he doesn't want to apply himself. And the only thing that I can think is, do you ever think that maybe you bore the shit out of him? You're not teaching him anything that he didn't already know? Or maybe you're teaching him shit that he ain't ever gonna use and he knows it? I feel like these kids are set up for failure from the starting point. Like, you send them to school to learn things that they're never, ever, ever going to use. How many times did you get told that you can't use a calculator when you're doing math because you're not going to have a calculator everywhere you go? I got a phone right here. It's got a calculator on it everywhere I go. How many times did your parents tell you when you were a kid you're never going to make any money sitting around playing video games all day? Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thanks. Did you don't swallow gum because it stays in your stomach for 7 years. No, it doesn't. If it stayed in your stomach for 7 years, it would take 7 years for it to break down. But you don't think that stuff, if you can poop out a quarter, I think you can poop out a piece of gum. What else? If you make a funny face, your face is gonna stay that way. Dude, there's people that make millions of dollars making funny faces. Granted, it looks like some of them may have stayed that way, but that doesn't matter. Who cares? They're making good money doing that. I'm kidding, but I feel like kids are set up for failure from the very, very beginning. They don't get. You need to find out what a kid is good at. You need to find out what a kid is good at. Find out what he wants to do for the rest of his life, and start teaching him about that particular skill right away. So by the time that he is 18 years old and able to get a job, he can do that job better than anybody else in the world. That is all we need to do. Vocational schools, specialized schools. You know, like it's insane that we don't do this kind of stuff. That we send our kids to school to learn about things that I can look up on my phone in 30 seconds. I don't need to know. I do not need to know who the hell the 15th president was. I can ask my phone. It'll tell me. I don't need to know what the capital of wherever. I can't even think of a fucking state right now or a country right now because I don't give a shit. But I don't have to know that kind of stuff because all I have to do is ask my phone. Granted, we take this kind of stuff for granted because this stuff might not always be around. It might not. I mean, we could lose everything tomorrow. But for right now, we got this shit. I don't need, why would, and besides, even if I didn't have this, why the hell would I need to know who the 15th president of the United States was? Or the 16th, or the 25th, or the 32nd? Why would I need to know that? Why would I need to know any of that? None of it makes any sense. It's mind-boggling, the things that we do in our world today. I mean, like the priorities of people are so screwed up. Like, for example, priorities and regulations and just safety precautions that are taken out of order. Like we had a choir concert that we went to in my oldest son had some choir concert at the high school, and we had, I mean, every student in the building, their whole family was there in the same room, crowded in the same room. I think I seen maybe 4 people wearing a mask. And at the end of the concert, they said, we're going to let people leave in certain sections at a time to avoid too much contact to stop the spread of COVID. We've all been sitting in the same room for 3 hours now. 3 hours watching a choir concert. The kids don't have masks on either. They're up on stage singing, blowing their air out into the world for everybody else to inhale. Everybody else is clapping and laughing and singing with them and having fun. And now, 3 hours later, you're worried about COVID. Why are we all in the same room together? Like, if it's that big of a deal and you need to release us one group at a time, why aren't we all here together at the same time to begin with then? It is mind-boggling the thought that they put into that. Like, they're none. It just, I don't know. It feels like they just want to make rules to make rules. Like, wake up. And I don't mean woke. I mean like woke. Fuck, dude. Woke people, dude, my thing with woke people and these easily offended people, they are offended because they don't agree with you. If they don't agree with you, they are offended by what you say. And then if you prove them wrong, that offends them even more. You can't win. There's no winning. It's you do what they want. You believe what they believe. You say what they want you to say. You behave the way that they want you to behave. Or they essentially they will cancel you. Well, good fucking luck. Cancel me. Can't go ahead and cancel somebody, dude. You can't cancel people nowadays, dude. Maybe if you're a millionaire and you're an actor or something, they can cancel you from being an actor and getting out there and getting parts and stuff like that. But us regular people, man, go ahead, give it a shot, see what happens. And nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. Not as much as you think they do. I don't know. It just seems like a battle that we've been fighting for a long time now, for the last three years. It feels like this COVID and this wokeness has been riding side by side. I mean, obviously the wokeness started long before the COVID, but they've been riding side by side, and like if they've been feeding off of each other, and the COVID, the wokeness especially, feeding off of each other. I mean, I understand there's been some messed up things that have happened, but dude, there was messed up things happening long before these woke people decided to give a shit. Do you think that all of a sudden in the last year, bad stuff all of a sudden just started happening, and now you want to stand up and put your foot down about it? This things have been happening like this since the dawn of time. It's just now people are noticing it, and they want to have an opinion about it. They want to be heard. It feels like we're not going to get anywhere. That's just what it is. I don't know. That's pretty much it. You know that I got sleep apnea? I thought I'd share that with you. I have sleep apnea. It's something that I don't talk about very often, but it's actually really funny because without my mask, my wife, I remember when I was probably must have been 28. 32. About 32 years old, my wife, she woke me up one night and she literally said, "Jason, you're going to suck the ceiling fan off of the ceiling into your mouth." I'm like, "What? what did you just say to me? She goes, you are snoring so loud that I'm worried that you're going to pull the ceiling fan down into your mouth. And I was like, I'm okay. What do you want me to do? She's like, you need to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor and I had a sleep test. By the way, they put you on this bed, this really uncomfortable bed, hook a bunch of wires to your head and tell you to fall asleep. I think I maybe slept for an hour. But in that hour that I slept, I stopped breathing 17 times. So apparently that's not a good thing. And they gave me a mask that I sleep with. And I'm telling you, since I started wearing that mask, my energy levels, I mean, I've been wearing it for 6 years now? 5 years? 5 or 6 years I've been wearing it for. And it's changed my life. It has changed my entire life. Like, my energy levels are normal. I don't fall asleep standing up. I don't fall asleep at the wheel. I don't come home from work, sit down on the couch, and immediately pass out. I mean, I can if I want to, but that's only if I want to. It used to be not an option. Like, I'd sit down and it was time to fucking fall asleep. And a lot of the way I feel now too is also because I quit drinking 2 years ago. But I mean, I think that the sleep apnea was doing way more damage to me than drinking was, which is something. That's something, because drinking's not good. But I only started drinking at like age 30. I didn't even have a drink. I didn't really. I mean, I had drinks, but I didn't start drinking heavy until I was like 30. And then at 37, I quit. I had about 7 years. I hit it hard for about 7 years, and then realized that it was causing problems in my life. Actually, put me in the hospital with pancreatitis. It was a mixture of the alcohol, the anxiety in my life at the time. Just, it's a combination of a bunch of crap that all came to a head and put me in the hospital, and that was it. I don't really got much else to say, guys. I think I'm gonna be done. But I don't know. Maybe I'll post a game video too. I'm starting to feel a little more chipper. That power thing really drained me, but I figured I'd get on here and talk, try to be funny. Maybe I made some of y'all laugh. Maybe I made some of y'all cringe. Maybe most of you don't give a shit. But either way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you want to see more. Peace.